confident enough to do it and they lose the fight, will they change it up next game? Because then that means that's a 16th place finish.
Yeah, it's also interesting because we talked about the scale of the amount of time that the teams have to prepare, even just for today. But what about yesterday? I'm sure that the teams that were playing, they were focusing on their own group and their own matches. But then last night, they were kind of cramming for today. They're like, wait, oh crap, what were these 8 other teams doing? Where were they dropping? How do they like to play? We have to study this all tonight to prepare for tomorrow. And I think that preparation and whatever team is better at that is going to show here, especially in the first couple of maps.
And speaking about pressure of your drop spots and then potentially being contested, I would imagine Rrq Athena going to have a lot of pressure on them. I know you two are speaking very highly of them, looking to see them potentially take the whole thing. But for them to have such an underwhelming performance at the PMCO Global Finals, and then to come in here with guns blazing, able to really storm through with consistency out of the entirety of Group B, are they going to be able to maintain that kind of level of play over the course of these 5 matches?
It's typically pretty difficult in PUBG Mobile to consistently be as hot as Rrq Athena was yesterday. That being said, I mean, they were in the international group, a group that we thought, you know, definitely probably is a little bit stronger than the MENA region coming into this, of course. Now you're adding 8 MENA region teams in. I mean, if they can continue that hot streak, then no one has a chance. They're just going to absolutely just wipe the floor. I mean, they were crazy. 45 kills total. That's averaging over 10 kills a match. That's nuts.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about consistency outside of the one tournament you mentioned, the PMCO. They have been consistent in getting a lot of wins over the course of their career, so I definitely have some of my cards on their table. And looks like we're ready to jump into the match, guys. So me and Paper Thin, we're going to take this one away as we fly off onto Erangel. And a nice little flight path right down the middle, starting down in the southwest.
Yep, pretty easy, pretty fair. And there shouldn't be too much that's difficult to get to. Georgia Pole is a little bit far away, so it's like Mill to Power, something like that. But overall, nothing too outrageous going on with this flight path here. And we'll kind of keep an eye on most of these teams, try to give you guys a general idea of where they are dropping as best as we can. And maybe when we have a little downtime, Valdez, we'll give our predictions, give some dark horses maybe, see who we think, you know, maybe can come through. Obviously, Rrq Athena has to be the favorite, just destroying in every game they played, basically. I mean, there was only one game where they didn't get double-digit kills, and that was the very first game of the day where they ended up getting second place anyway.
And they got 8 kills.
Yeah.
On that. It's not like they didn't show up and they got 1 kill or something. You know, they got second place and 8 kills, so it's not like they were slacking in any way. So definitely the favorites coming into this one. It's kind of a discussion for which team is number 2. You know, it's kind of interesting to think about that. But let's see if we have some downtime as we watch and see where these teams are going. I was going to mention how I know the Korean teams like to drop military base, and now that the flight path has lent itself to being a pretty good military base drop, we do see Easy Game Chicken from Korea is going to drop there alongside of Elementrix, actually. So the 2 of them butting heads already.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Elementrix is going to take those 2 compounds that are the west of the military base there, and then they're also going to be kind of up towards Ferry Pier. So a bit of a 2-2 split for them. Kind of keeping our eyes on some of the other teams. You know, you've got Team Queso over in Primorsk. You've got Divine Vendetta kind of spread out all along the southwest coast there, as our circle is, of course, southwest. Again, we get nothing but southwest circles on Erangel so far here, Valdez. So I was hoping for maybe something a little different. I mean, we did have a little bit of excitement in that very first Erangel where we had kind of a 50-50 if it was going to go down to the island or not. But this one looks like it's going to be pretty safely on the main continent there.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, we're just kind of cursed with these southwestern circles. We had, I think we had a lot of Gatka when we were watching at least Group A on the first day. But we do have some action already as SMP has run into Goskilla. Looks like here just already some shots fired. Nicola, he has the Uzi. He's getting in there. He wants a piece of Citizen. Trying to land those shots, and he has some help from Gonzo, and they're going to get the first knock of the game.
Yeah, Citizen got kind of caught between a rock and a hard place with Gonzo coming around the corner doing a nice flank there. He had no idea who to shoot. He was looking between both of them, trying to get something going with that DP. They're over in Razak here, so it looks like GoSkilla feeling pretty confident that they're able to take, you know, this drop location away from SNP. Now, you do have Klopsch with that VSS, looking to see if he can get a few plinks in. The old BB gun there, which one of my favorite guns because it's so quiet. And, you know, it has that built-in scope on it, which is quite nice to start a game. But later on, the damage just isn't there. So you generally don't see people rocking it later in the game.
Yeah, I forget who it was. I think it was Fragger went in there on his second gun. He had the VSS, and he ran out of bullets on his first one. I think it might have been an Uzi or something, and he swapped to his second. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I got to use this in close range. And he did go down, I believe, but I think he took someone with him. So kind of funny there. We are having a highlight on Rrq. They did land in Pochinki, it looks like, and they're getting all the loot they need right now. And it doesn't look like anyone went to challenge them there in Pochinki either. And that's kind of what Jason was touching on as well, is like, Rrq, you know, are you going to be brave enough to drop where they go, or are these teams going to be looking to potentially take them out early? Well, it looks like for now they're going to be given free reign.
All right, kind of watching what GoSkilla wants to do. They're just buggying over to the other side. It's a safe way to do it. They did find another knock kind of while we were out checking out what the other teams were doing, and they're seeing if they can capitalize on this. It's already a 2v4 advantage essentially for them now. That is going to be a very dead SNP player there, as the other two have moved up to the warehouse, trying to take the high ground, trying to find some kind of defensive position. But I like what GoSkilla is thinking here. We got to get some early kills because most likely you're going to be running up against a team or two that are going to be racking up a ton. And of course, you think Rrq Athena when you think of that, and it looks like SNP wisely is going to get out of here. They do not want any more of this. Now, I'm not so sure about this route. Somebody might be able to get an angle if somebody was trying to cut off that bridge, but none of the members of GoSkilla were over there quite far enough. Nicola tried. He might be able to get a little bit of damage here. He has found a bit of an angle now. Ooh, this is Divine Vendetta over with Elementrix. These two are all alone, and we have found one knock so far, and Divine Vendetta, I think this is a good opportunity for them here to maybe pick up a kill.
It looks like they're over by Quarry, and it was kind of a fast switch there that we pulled on you guys, but we wanted to change over to the action, as it did look like the rest of the boys there from Rozak were going to be able to get out of here. As one knock onto Mr. Hyozu, but that is about it. The rest of Elementrix have been able to group up here and ward off the members of Divine Vendetta for now.
Yeah, Divine Vendetta looks a little cautious on this. They got the knock. It's outside of the wall, so if you try to flank out, you can potentially get the revive, but the flush onto the kill, but the revive does come through. It is a little bit dangerous to go out on the side of that road without a vehicle or something like that. This is why Poopaman comes up on top of Mao, gets some pretty decent damage into him, isn't able to find the headshot with that AK. Now Mao has to lay down because he was spotted out, and he's going to try to cut off the angle from Poopaman up on top of the hill.
Yeah, he was really just dumping all those bullets right on top of him, and a bunch of them did land, but it wasn't enough to pick up that kill, as with that AK from the range going for the full spray, it was hard, but he did his best to get it all in one area, you know.
He tried his best. So DV is a little late on the gun here. I think if they were going to try to capitalize on this situation, I mean, I like the idea of coming to cover, Mao so he can get out, and they bring the vehicle with them, and they are safely able to do this. I think they had a chance if they had this. I don't know for sure if they had this car or not earlier to try to get Hyoza there, but if they didn't, I understand why they didn't make that rotation to try to secure that kill. If they did have that car, they probably could have ran out onto the other side of the road quick, picked up that kill, and then got out of dodge. But, who knows for sure. We weren't able to quite see what was going on there. Otherwise, not much going on the map right now. Unique, it's over in South George. You got 6N there in North George. And there's a couple teams making some northerly rotations. You got SNT and the Red Cannons up there just to the west of Severny right now, making their way through. So if you're fans of those teams, they're coming in from the north side as they dropped kind of up in that area.
Yeah, it looks like Unique was mostly able to get a pretty quiet drop over here in South George by the containers, and We do have some action in here as the members of Team Queso. Looks like just one of the Marco is on the run after taking a bit of damage. Just a little bit of damage on that level 2 vest. As you can see, the rest of the members here. And we were talking about some teams. You know, we mentioned that our Rrq Athena is definitely the favorite here to be #1, but we were talking about teams that could be #2 or even challenge here on the final day for that #1 spot. And both Team Unique and Team Queso were a couple of teams that came to mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought definitely with the way Queso was rotating, I think they have a good shot at this. They got to find a way to pick up a few more kills in some of their, less eventful matches, so to speak.
Yeah.
But they did find an 8-win chicken dinner. I was impressed with their ability to find, late game circles to dive into the middle of them relatively safely. One time it didn't work out for them on Erangel, but otherwise they were able to do it pretty effectively and kind of at least give themselves a shot at winning those games. Unique as well has been pretty consistent throughout most of their rounds. They're picking up, an average of about 5 or so kills per round. They've got a 2nd and a 4th in there. So definitely some teams I'm watching for, and I'll throw my love out to 46 Loot. I really feel pretty good about this team. I think they have a real potential to be a top 5.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. We are definitely giving favor over to the international teams as a whole, but 46 Loot as a team has proven, I think, that they are kind of on another level, and we'll see if they can actually make it happen here. As 6N, Lord taking some shots here at Sultan, not really able to land much, as he did a bunch of damage there to the buggy, but that's about it. As Walid also on the run here, actually runs into the wall. Really got to be careful about this one. He's trying to get off the bridge, and finally he's going to be able to do so.
Yeah, he might have lost a tire on that car. I can't tell for sure. It's not one of the front ones, but Walid wisely just getting off of that bridge. He knew he was in a lot of trouble at that point. Lord's going to try to come over and make him pay for it. It can be pretty difficult once you're in the water. It is a bit of a distance already that Walid has separated himself. Let's see if Lord, the superstar for 6N so far, oh, this is potentially Walid just going to be dead. He's going to have to dump down under the water, swim underneath, try to get behind these pillars, try to get them in between him and the rest of 6N. But if 6N kind of fans out properly, they could find this kill.
I like the angle he's taken, but Walid went a little bit too far to the east. They are just expending so many of their bullets to try to kill this guy. You can tell just how much these teams want the kills and the extra points to try to place as highly as possible, as Walid taking a bunch of damage but is going to survive.
All right, all this is going on. Our second circle did show itself kind of centered up just to the west of Pochinki, so shifted a little bit to the east, so we're not going super west, but Walid is in a lot of trouble. I don't know if he has enough time to swim across and get a heal off. He does. He is boosted at least, but this is now going to start chunking him down pretty quickly. Yeah, there's no way. He is dead. That is Walid gone. A nice try by him, but a good gatekeep here. A good bridge camp by 6N is going to result in one member of SNT down.
And now we have 46 Loot, one of our teams that we've been hyping up here. They're making their way in a couple of buggies down from the northeast side, just south of school right now, perhaps looking to take a position down south of Pochinki, it looks like, when I'm looking at the map here. Team Unique on our map right now. It looks like they are towards the middle, more towards the east side of Gatka here, and looking at camp up here in this compound.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting moment for 46. A lot of the teams have already taken the prime real estate in the center of this circle, so kind of got to wonder if they're going to realize that, just kind of set up shop, and indeed they do. They set up shop on the east side of Pochinki in those houses over across the field, and I think that's wise because they've got to know that at this point their rotation is late. All the prime compounds are going to be taken, so no reason to overextend yourselves. Try to pick up some kills on the outside. Rely on your skills that you've shown so far and see if you can get something going.
You'll notice just how many shots they're taking from miles away. It's really like these teams are desperately trying to pick up as many kills as possible. And take a look at that circle. It looks like a bit of a donut we have here on the screen, as it's right smack dab in the middle. No water, and it will contain a bit of Pochinki, as a bunch of the buildings are going to be left in this circle.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of Pochinki in this, so you're going to see a lot of teams you know, potentially try to go in through there that are up on the north. Maybe MEA, maybe 46 will try to go onto the south side. 6N, by the way, still up in Georgia Pole. They just got vehicles. They're going to be trying to make their way down. Rrq, of course, was right by Pochinki, so this is why you want Pochinki. Circles tend to center up around you more often than not, and then you can kind of set up in your positions. You know the terrain, you know the angles. And you can see here Ernie's trying to make it work with that DP over the ledge. Looking down at Unique there, and they've already got a couple UAZs for themselves if they need to maneuver and set up some new territory.
Yeah, I love the confidence with which Rrq play as a team. They know the maps so well, too. They're like, okay, right here in this tiny little nook on the mountain in Erangel, it's also right in the middle of the current circle. We're just going to set up shop here. We have 2 UAZs. We can put them together if we need some extra cover, but we can just stand up and look for kills while we're here. And that's how they end up doing so well most of the time, as looks like another knock and potentially a kill there taken down by Team Unique.
Yeah, Klopsch goes down. There's only one member of SNP left, just Thanos, the sole survivor for them. He's going to look to eke this one out, and here's C9. Speaking of eking around, you can see uneven on the ground there.
I think they should have picked up that crate as well. They were just hanging around it, and I don't see any other team around the crate currently. So you'd have to imagine that they picked up whatever was in that one.
For sure. I don't see anybody else over there. I think you're absolutely right, Valdez. Curious to see what they got out of that. DP, of course, very good at medium ranges. It really tears through those vehicles very quickly. Gotta love that gun. It's a huge clip on it.
Yeah.
So early on, it's a really powerful gun for making teams pay for taking, you know, long vehicle rotations, or when they load up in a car like this with Divine Vendetta when they got 3 members in one vehicle, especially that Dacia, which is a little weaker than the UAZ. So definitely a powerful gun early on. And here you can see DV has found something they like, but they're going to play edge. They want to get way away from everyone else, play this safe for now, and just try to play their game, which is get into the late game, because that's something they couldn't do in the group stage very often, except for the one time they won.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it at all for that team either, as, oh, a bunch of shots here, and 6N team already. Die is going to go down as the one member who gets knocked off the back of that buggy, so another kill going to be picked up here.
Yeah, Queso finding a couple knocks for themselves onto 6N. 6N trying to cut across with a very, very late rotation. Of course, already going to have their healths pretty well, you know, dinged up because of the fact that they were in the blue for so long. Circle is mostly center again, a little bit southern, but man, we just love these field circles, Valdez. That has been the story of the Erangel on this tournament, is fields, fields, fields.
That's all we've gotten so far. And, well, it's better than what we've had on Vikendi, where it's all the teams are hiding in the houses until the 8th circle, and then finally everything just blows up in 2 minutes, and then the game ends. I'd rather have the rotations, the maneuvering, the field play as, okay, here we go. Even, wow, that was a nice knock out of that vehicle. Already going to take down Yasha.
It's good control with the M16 burst fire there. That's going to be one for them. And Kitsune and Rogue are taking some shots as well. Driving on by, it looks like they got a little bit of damage into somebody across the way. I think that was maybe the Red Cannons or somebody. I didn't quite catch it on the map. Here goes Unique. And here we go. EGC Bear has been the superstar for them so far. Already 1 kill for himself in the bag. And that's a team I do have as a little bit of potential. They had 21 kills across those first 4 games. And other than Rrq Athena, of all the teams that qualified out of the international teams, they were second in kills. So that's pretty encouraging for them because, again, we talked about this earlier. A point per kill is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's massive. That's what I love about this kind of format, is how you can make that happen with just the kills. As C9, they've got 6N locked down. Gonna jump in, take out one, but Pira is gonna get knocked, but they get the 2 knocks anyway here. Who's left from the side of 6N is the real question, as it seems like C9 have this locked down.
Yeah, Oped is pretty far away. He's about 100 or almost 200 meters to the west of this, so C9 is going to find themselves 2 easy kills, and then they are also probably going to be able to get the revive onto Pira, assuming no other team tries to collapse onto this if they hurt it. 46 is a bit away. They're the closest, but still, even they are about 100 meters away on the map, and here we go. Some more firing from C9. They are just all over the map here, Valdez.
Yeah, C9 just always boys running into the action. Speaking of which, Divine Vendetta up against Team Unique, and everybody's being taken out right now. It looks like only one member, Bam, I believe there, from the side of Divine Vendetta is going to survive as Kitsune, along with some help of his friends, were taking pot shots from very far away here.
Yeah, Divine, they did a good job holding that off as best they could, but they're going to lose 2 members in the process. Unique down 2 members as well. C9 is trying to aggressively rotate a little bit more center circle, but that is right into the firing lines of Rrq and other members of Unique. Pira is going to go down almost certainly. You got Kitsune there as well, spraying into that smoke, trying to find that flush and get that kill. And that is going to be it indeed. Kitsune does find Pira through the smoke. Pooperman's rolling up on the Divine. That is going to be them down.
Pooperman shows up in the nick of time, as it didn't look like he got actually any of the knocks there, but had a little bit of help from his friend, as Elementrix do have 4 kills in total. And man, this is why I love these circles out in the fields, as there has just been so much action since this 4th circle has been closing in. C9 somehow still alive with only Uneven left on his feet, with 2 of the others knocked currently.
Yeah, C9 got a little too greedy on the south side of that hill. There's too many teams spread out in those shacks on the south side of this circle, and all of those shacks basically have vision of the south side of the hill. There isn't actually a ton of cover on it, so C9 is a little too greedy there. The red cannons were down there, but they've got that wizard compound there, so they've already got a pretty secure location for themselves, and that's going to force C9 to back off potentially into 46, but 46 I saw lost at least 1 member. In fact, they've lost a couple, so this is going to be a little bit tricky here for them. A big moment. See if they can hold that up, but no moment gets knocked there.
We were looking at 1 member of C9 Uneven just proning there, and I thought that the member of 46 was going to get the angle, but then EGC knocked him out with the mini from really far away, helping out the 1 C9 member there just a bit to help him in that 1v2. As once again, we're taking a look here at Rrq. They hold the top of this little hill here, but Yalla Esports trying to get into the fight.
Yeah, this is an important fight for the northeast corner of this circle. Whoever wins this fight is going to have a really nice advantage and control potentially about half of this circle. But Team Queso is going to bum right into Arab Madness, already getting 1 down, spraying through the windows, trying to see if they can trick another to come through, trying to get, Quiet taking a bunch of damage. He is very, very low. 1 hit point left for him. He's going to have to heal up. So only 2 members of Arab Madness left, and Queso is just running over Arab Madness.
They just ran in there with the bulldozer is what it looks like with the UAS. Is they get in the compound, they find them not grouped up, and now we got some more action over here.
The Canids are trying to push through, but they are busted by Elementrix. Elementrix with some really good defense there. We talked about in the beginning of the show that we needed to see them get some kills. That is a good start for them, able to resist that push. And all right, we have 2 members of Arab Madness still up and going. Marco might try to reposition this vehicle. We're going to try and get Axial. He's going to think about a grenade. Nope, he doesn't like it. Somebody took some damage. They feel like getting up into that window could be a little too dangerous. That smoke is nice on the backside to protect them from Ghostskilla a bit. But there is still kind of an angle in there as well. But for now, Queso might be kind of trapped inside of this house.
Yeah, so Elementrix, we were talking about them. They got eliminated in 11th place, I believe, but they took about 6 kills with them. So a very active early game for them, but not quite getting the placement. And we also did see kind of the 4-on-2 between Team Queso and Arab Madness. But we're back here in that northeastern fight going on as Ernie and Senior pushing on in with D2E getting the angle on the right side. And he's going to jump up and take him out as Rrq are taking names up here in the top right.
So aggressive when they want to be, and they are so good at it. They're able to get you while they're in the air. They are so accurate. Marley's going to go down. Yalla Esports is out in 8th place. Rrq is impossible to resist.
I mean, that'll teach you, right, to challenge up against Rrq. You see them up there, you're like, I'm not sure if I want to take this fight. I think I would have backed away, but either way, Rrq currently with 10 kills as they are sitting right now, it looks like. And Senior's got 7 of them, so that's a big number for him. And now we're taking a look at G9. He's looking to try to catch up in the kill count for his team. He's got 3 so far. And just trying to find the angle here onto EGC.
I mean, every member of Rrq had double-digit kills coming into today. I mean, they were just so good across the board. There isn't really a weak spot on this team. Now they've got a bunch of vehicles, and they have to get through the Korean team. Bear is going to find one of them. That is a nice shot with that mini. Bear is so good with those sniper rifles. Now the other members thinking about trying to push up. Bear gets backed off just a little bit with a grenade. Kind of splashes in his face. He's still got that Vector, looking to see if he can find an angle. He does get a little bit of damage in there, but not too much. D2E is going to back off. Looks like he's thinking about throwing some grenades of his own. Bear coming up on the left side. Grenades up and over. Oh, D2E is going to go down. This could be a huge moment here for EGC.
EGC proving that they can go toe-to-toe with Rrq, but immediately gonna strike back here as our Thai team taking down one of the members of EGC. Grenades gonna be thrown out here as this fight is incredibly close.
Really, really close. Satan does get knocked for EGC. Let's see if Bear can find the res. This fight has been going on for a really long time, though, and that is a detriment to EGC, because if somebody comes up on the backside of this hill, they could third-party this, take them down. All right, Ghost Skill is going to find the zone, finishing them off in 6th place, so a okay start for them, but definitely not the ideal way things, you want things to go for you. And you can see Queso has spread out along the road completely. This fight has bought a lot of time for Queso to get into a very nice position.
B-side gonna get knocked as well. Didn't see exactly how that happened, but it does feel like it's EGC versus Rrq currently. The other teams are kind of slowly limping along. There is also Team Queso. I believe they have 3 members left available. We'll see if they can actually make a fight happen here. Outside of those 3 teams I mentioned, we have 6N, OPED there on the left, and SMP has got 1 member there on the right side.
I mean, let's give a shout out to Thanos to survive this long. SNP lost 3 members before just about any other team lost anyone. So really nice job by him to play the sneaky snake role, come through here, and get at least a top 5 finish for this SNP team. Now Rrq continuing to defend the top of this hill. The circle did shift to them. This is a really powerful position for them. I like what EGC is thinking. They're moving up towards the north side, and they're going to try to push up and over the hill that way. That's about their best option. It'd be really nice if they could get a frag or something to get a knock onto Rrq, and that could be the go time. Queso, on the other hand, might go to the east. I would expect them to swing that way. There's a bit of cover for them to work with.
Thanos, I believe, is going to get into the circle as a sneaky snake. He has not seen much action in this game, but he's getting a fine placement for his team given what did transpire earlier on in the match, as you were talking about, Paper Thin. And he's going to find a nice little rock there right on the edge, and he's going to lean on that one for a while as EGC going to take out OPED. So 6N, one of our other stragglers here, they do get taken out in 5th place. But the teams have to move here in just a moment as the circle is closing in.
So 7 kills for EGC, 6 for Queso. I don't know if SNP I don't know if Thanos has managed to pick up any for himself just yet. EGC is back 4 strong. They are able to get that revive out. So they need to go up and over this hill. That is their best option. They have to bust up through, because if they try to go around the middle side, kind of where Bear is, Queso's going to come up behind them and just absolutely third-party the heck out of them. So EGC really needs to think about going up and over real soon, because that circle is right on their backs.
I like Ernie's position here. They keep their center in the middle, but oh, G9's gonna go down here from behind. Team Queso, Axial, gonna take him out, and now EGC not even dealing with Rrq. They're fighting Team Queso, as Team Queso had to move quite a lot there, and they are gonna be taken down here mostly. It looks like only 1 member left available for them.
I like the patience there, but it might not pay off. This might be Rrq's round. Team Queso with a bit of an aggressive push just right up the middle gets caught. I would have preferred to see them try to rotate more around the eastern side of the circle. Instead, it's just going to be the heal game for them. Now, still 4 there for EGC if they want to do this, and there is the revive has come out for Rrq being on top of that hill. Again, such a nice position to be in. Thanos just lobbing some grenades up in there, hoping to get anything going. He has found at least 3rd place now because Queso goes down.
Yeah, and the team as a whole has 1 kill, so already netting themselves 11 points. That is fantastic for SMP. That has really not seen any action so far here on Erangel. He's got an AK, doesn't have an extended mag. He's just sitting there. trying to see if he can pick off some kills between the, you know, mom and pop actually fighting here. Ernie on the edge is going to go down in the firefight up against Bear.
That's huge. Now this is EGC's time. Bear gets up. He needs to get up and over this hill as best as he can because now that flank is exposed onto Rrq and they only have 2 members left. So EGC has a very good chance of this. Love sending B-side down just to make sure that that southern flank is clear. He can see everything basically in the middle of the circle. Make sure that no one's going to get him. Thanos has found G9. Can he? Ooh, G9 doesn't quite finish off Thanos. It's going to be B-side who's going to steal that kill. So EGC looking really strong here. Senior's going to find 1. Can he get 2? Yes, indeed. That is going to be 2 down. Oh, no, Bear's back up. Excuse me. He was just proning. Now he's going to find Senior. Only 1 member left for Rrq.
Oh, and it's only G9 left available. And we only have Satan on his feet, though, as the shots are going out here. The car is going to go down in 1 shot with the shotgun, it looks like there. Oh, no, it looked like maybe the M4. But either way, that is going to be the finish off as EGC, wow, the Korean team coming in here to pick off our first chicken dinner.
A team that just barely squeaked through by 1 point to make it to the grand finals. They come up with a 13-kill chicken dinner and outduel our Rrq Athena to come through.
Pretty massive victory to start off the day here for our Korean team and to upset up against the favorites here.